What's up YouTube, Jingy here, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna take a look at an old build and make an update on it. So this is my Condi Mesmer. It's a very confusing build, if you get what I'm saying. Basically it applies a bunch of confusion and gets people killed. So this build is mainly made for World vs. World in mind, but I'm sure it can be used in PvP. I've been away from PvP for too long to say how effective it would actually be in PvP, but in VVV, solo roaming, team roaming, maybe not as much in Zergs, but it's definitely useful in Zergs. Well, not useful, but it works in Zergs. It's a very good build overall. It takes barely any skill to be able to play. It takes a bit more skill to master, but other than that, it's really like a brain dead person could play this build. Basically just apply a bunch of confusion until the other player is so confused that he dies from confusion. I know it's confusing, but it's really simple really. So anyway, yeah, let's get right into the build. So to start off with, the stats that we're gonna use on our gear is dire stats, toughness, vitality, condition damage. The rune we're gonna use is Rune of Scavenging, and the reason why we're using Scavenging is because of the obviously it's a condition rune, but it also got this really nice tier 6 perk. 7% of vitality is converted to condition damage. Since we have dire stats, we have a bunch of vitality, so we have 27,500. Well, we have around 27,000. I think I have a bit extra since I'm near this cape, which is really nice in World vs. World, and also the extra condition damage is really nice. We will also have a bunch of toughness, which is always good in World vs. World. Weapons are Scepter, Torch, and Staff in offhand. Scepter will apply a bunch of confusions and torment. It also have a really nice block for us to use. The Torch will give us stealth and also Condi removals. The Staff will be used as a disengage and also as an AoE interrupt skill, or day skill I guess. What else? Yeah, the runes we're gonna use for the weapons are Sigil of Doom and Sigil of Energy for the Scepter Torch. We're gonna use Geomancy and Doom on the staff. Also, if you want to increase your Condi damage, I suppose you could switch out Sigil of Doom for a Sigil of Bursting. I mean, it's stupidly expensive for just a 6% increase in Condi damage, and I think the Sigil of Doom is really nice anyway, because the poison can be really useful to reduce the other players' healing, since we won't really be able to apply any poison by using any other skills. So yeah, let's go on to the build. We will be using Illusions, Dueling, and Chaos, so no Chronomancer for now. I'm still trying to figure out how Chronomancer is used. I'm not even sure it's useful for a Condi build yet. We'll see. Eventually I might make an update on this again. So in Illusion we will be using the trait The Pledge. Torch skills remove condition and have faster recharge while you are in stealth. So this is a really stealth heavy build, so you will basically be in stealth a lot, so that's useful. Also the Condi cleanse is really useful because we don't really have any other way to cleanse conditions than that. Next trait is Maim the Disillusioned. Shadow skills inflict torment on hit. We will be using a bunch of shadow skills, so this is really useful for condition damage. And for the last trait, Ineptitude, cause confusion when you blind a foe. Blocking or evading an attack inflicts blind on your opponent. We will be applying a bunch of blinding. I will get to that in the next trait line, but first, before we do that, we're gonna take a look at minor traits. Illusionary Retribution, shared skills inflict confusion on hit, really useful. really useful. Illusionist Celerity reduces recharge and illusion summoning skills. Useful, rather useful. Basically any skill that summons an illusion. Master of Misdirection, Confusion Inflict lasts longer, reduces recharge on shatter skills. Really useful since we will be using shatter skills a lot. Moving on to the dueling trait line, we will get Decoy. When you get below 50%, you will stealth for 4.5 seconds. Really useful. Will save your life multiple times. Then we want Blinding Dissipation. Blind foes around you whenever you use your shatter skills. So basically this one is really useful combined with this trait, Ineptitude. Oh yeah, just keep that in mind. And then for the last trait, Deceptive Evasion. My favorite skill in Mesmer, any Mesmer build. Create a clone at your current position when you dodge. Really useful, because you will be evading a lot if you want to survive, and it's always nice to get that extra clone appear, ready to make your next shatter skill even more powerful. The minor traits here, they aren't that useful really. Gain vigor when you deliver a critical hit. We won't really be critting that much, but we illusion inflict bleeding on critical hits. They won't be critting that much either, but then we have this Mass Defensor, Gain Fury when you strike an enemy whose health is below the threshold. I suppose this helps a little bit with these two, but overall not that much. Moving on to the Chaos trait line. Here we have the traits Master of Manipulation. When you use a manipulation skill, gain Mirror for short duration. Reduce recharge on manipulation skills. So the main reason we want this is not because of the mirror effect. It's a bonus, I suppose. Basically will make us immune to any form of projectile attacks for 2 seconds after we use a manipulation skill like Blink or Mass Invisibility. The main reason we want this is for the reduced recharge though, 24 seconds and 72 seconds on Mass Invisibility. Next trait is Chaotic Transference. Gain condition damage based on your toughness. Since we're using dire stats, this is a really useful trait. Definitely get this. You could also get Mirror of Anguish if you're in a very CC heavy fight. Although I find this to be more useful if you're good with evading and such. You could also get this if you really want to. Me personally doesn't really like this because it's only useful for this or the leap combo you can do with this skill and this skill. So just stick to either this one or this one if you're suck at evading CC skills. Last trait is Prismatic Understanding. Used to be stupidly overpowered. Now I'm not sure how much balance this have gotten, but it's still fairly overpowered, but I don't mind. So it increases your stealth skills by 50% and also applies boons to you while you are in stealth. Yeah, I think it explains itself. The minor traits here are Metaphysical Rejuvenation, gain regeneration when your health drops below the threshold. Any regen is nice, I suppose. It doesn't really help too much, but whatever. Gain protection when you gain regeneration. This is nice though. So when you gain your regeneration, you also get a bit of protection. Protection is always nice. And then we get the Chaotic Persistence, outgoing boon and condition duration increase for every boon on you. So we will have a few boons, so it will be fairly useful. Alright, so that's the traits. Let's move on to the toolbar, or whatever it's called. The healing skill we'll be using is Ether Feast. Heal yourself, gain additional health for each active illusion. So try to use this when you have more than no illusions, basically. We're gonna use Blink. This is a really good escape skill if we want to get away from a fight or if we just want to kite around the enemy. Really useful. Then we have Veil. This is a good skill to use if you're getting low on health, or if you just want to disappear for a moment, or if you want to do that surprise attack. Don't be scared of using Veil. It's especially useful in team roaming, so definitely keep an eye on that. Then we have Decoy. This will save your life many times. It's a stun breaker, so don't just use this for fun, just because you can. Use this when you actually need a stun breaker. You can also use Blink as a stun breaker, don't forget that. Then we have Mass Invisibility as our elite skill. You could switch it out to Signet of Humility if you want to be an asshole in a 1v1. But other than 1v1s, definitely stick to Mass Invisibility. Will save your life a bunch of times. So for the weapon skills, I will just explain how the rotation can look like. I probably won't be able to find anyone to fight. Oh, there are some people there right now. Maybe I could run over there and show you. Alright, so the way you play this build, basically your number 3 skill is one of your highest burst skills. It will apply 6 stacks of confusion, which will deal 5.2k damage per attack. Basically, if you're fighting any pesky thief, guardian, or anyone with a low health pool, they will be dead in just a couple of attacks. Unless they like the Condi cleanse a lot. But fear not, because this build applies a bunch of conditions quite frequently. Once you have 3 stacks of illusion, or 3 illusions, I mean, use your F2 skill, go in there, use your F2 skill. Don't be scared to use your other skills as well. Be careful when you use your F4 skill, because this is a very useful defense skill as well. But basically they will end up with 18 stacks of confusion, which will easily kill them. If you're doing a team fight, focus on one target until it's dead. If they start pressing that person, just switch to staff, use your number 5 skill to daze any resurrectors, and just go in and burst them down by using your shatter skills. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stealth a lot, eat a lot, fight a lot. Have fun. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this build or not. Let me know if you hate it. I sure hate it. I even deleted my old Mesmer once because I used a similar build to this and it was so stupidly overpowered. Took no skill to play. I just straight up deleted my Mesmer. But now I've grown older, I'm wiser. I know that I don't care if something is overpowered. I'll just switch to the thing that's overpowered and play that instead. And I'll be that annoying asshole that I used to hate. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass on the wall with your 2 left feet. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Don't let that fine girl pass you by. Look real close, cause stroll like we about to have a party. Let's get it started. I'm looking for a girl with a body and a sexy strut. Wanna get it poppin', baby, step right up. Some girls, they act retarded.